So today I will discuss about how we can call the Salesforce from the Postman using REST resource Apex class. So to basically, whenever we have to do the inbound integration, so inbound integration is something when outside system consumes Salesforce as an API. So if you wanted to consume the Salesforce as an API, what you have to do, you have to create a connected app. Okay, so before going about this functionality, I will just show you what I have built and what how we can achieve that the functionality that I have achieved in the Postman. So this is the Postman you can see. Okay, I'm using the get method. This is a particular org where basically I'm sending the request. This is the org, the domain name. Okay, and this is basically Apex REST. So I'm calling Apex class where I'm calling this particular method account information and I'm giving this parameter. So parameter is nothing but this is the account ID. Okay, so as soon as I'm passing this information, okay, so session has been expired. Just a second. So we have to basically create the access token again. We have to get the new access token. So just wait for a few seconds. Okay, so we just got the refresh access token. So now we can send the request. So you can see I just hit the send button, and now whatever the ID I have provided, so this call, the get call, is returning me ID, that account ID, the same account ID, the name of that account, the phone number, and the website. So what we are doing, we are just providing one parameter and we are getting the information from Salesforce to the Postman. So from the Postman, the API is this domain name plus the resource, the REST resource, and then the method name, and then the API. So this is the complete API, and how we are able to basically communicate with the Salesforce. Like there should be some authentication system, right? So that we can successfully able to consume the Salesforce as an API. So for that, what we have to do, we have to create the connected app. Okay, and you can see like before this is attempt to send this request, my get request was failing. It was saying that the session has been expired because access token was not there. So to get the access token, what we have to we have to create the connected app in the Salesforce, and that connected app will give us client ID and client secret. Okay, so for authentication purpose, we have to create the connected app. So if I go to my Salesforce org, okay, so this is my Salesforce org. I have to go to setup, and to create a connected app, you have to just go to this quick find search box, and then you have to search app manager, and in the app manager there is an option to create the connected app. So once you will click this new connected app, it will just give you an option to provide the information so that you can create the connected app. I have already created this test RESTful connected app, so I'm just clicking this and will view this connected app. Okay, so what I have done, I just basically provided the callback URL. So I just provide the same auth token URL. So this basically URL provide you the access token. So this is basically mentioned in the Salesforce guide website. So you can follow that website. So this is the standard URL if you wanted to get the access token for auth 2. Okay. And here is the auth scopes I have chosen as in full. So once you will click this manage consumer details, okay, it will ask you to provide one OTP, which will be sent it to your email address. Okay. So you can see I just got one mail, okay, at 0 minutes ago. So I have to use this. So once you will verify, you will able to see the consumer key and consumer secret. So you can see this is the consumer key and consumer secret. So this consumer key and consumer secret you have to provide here. So this is nothing but this is the collection. So in the new collection, once you will just create a new collection, it will ask you what type of authentication you are doing. So we are doing auth 2 type. So you have to choose this, and request, you have to choose add auth data to the request headers. Okay, this is just forget about this will come automatically once you will just click the generate access token. So you just forget about this. Okay, here in the token name you have to give any name you wanted to give, and grain type you have to choose password credentials. So there are number of both grant type. So we are doing the password kind of a grant type. Okay. So this is again, this is access token. This is the same callback URL we have given over here. So this callback URL and this access token URL is same. And client ID is nothing but the client's key that we have received. So this is the client key that we have received after creation of the connected app. Okay. So this consumer key you have to provide in the client ID, and this consumer secret you have to provide in the client secret. Okay. So that's the reason we have created the connected app for the inbound integration. Username is nothing but the username, like whatever the username of your org when you're logging to this particular org. So you have to give this, and then you have to provide the password. So this is my password. Okay. And then the rest of the thing is the refresh access token. Okay. So how you can get this refresh access token? So in some of the org it's required, and in the some of the org it's not required, but just check to get this access token. Okay. What you have to do, you have to just click here and you have to go to this settings, and the second settings you have to search for, sorry, you have to search for token. So reset my request token. Okay. So you have to just click this reset my request token. As soon as you will click this button, you will get the reset request token on your mail. So I can show you that mail, what kind of mail you can receive. Okay. So this kind of mail you will be receiving, like this is your security token. So you have to just copy this security token, and then you have to append in the password, whatever the or password is, you have to just append at the end of time, end of your password. Okay. And then and that's it. Just you have to click get request access token. So as soon as you will get the access token, you can just create from here. Okay. uh, from here you can just click new new API. Okay. And then here you can just provide the domain name. So how you can get the this domain, this is also very simple. You have to just go to setup. Okay. And then you have to search my domain, and here in the my domain, in just a second. So in my domain you can see this is my current domain. So the same domain you have to provide over here, over here. Okay. And this is the services, and then this is the apex rest. Okay. So there is one document in the developer guide. So you can see here they have mentioned if you wanted to basically manage the inbound integration, then you can just create a rest resource and you can give the URL mapping. So in my case, I have given the URL mapping as an account information. Okay. And the method name is my rest resource. I have given the is account inbound. Okay. So as soon as you will basically provide this call na URL mapping, and you will be providing the parameter as an ID. Okay. In your request. So it will definitely call this REST resource, and whatever the functionality you are doing, it will just returning the same result. So what we are doing, we are calling this method, and this method is we are calling this class, and this class is executing this method, and this method is returning us nothing but a SOCL of account, some data from the account. So we are passing this account ID, and it is returning us ID, name, phone, and website in the result. The same result we are getting here as in response from the get request. Okay. So you can see account info I have mentioned over here, right? And to call this REST resource, we have to just give this apex REST, and this is the ID we are passing. Okay. So and if you want to basically make the post action, then you have to provide at the rate HTTP post in your method. Okay. So this is how you can basically handle the inbound integration into Salesforce. So you can basically, if some request is coming, some request JSON is coming, and based on the JSON you wanted to do the DML operation in your Salesforce objects, and how you can do that. So this is how this document is saying, like you have to just implement this HTTP post, and then whatever the JSON is coming, based on that, whatever the value is coming, we will just, you can do the DML operation, and we can also return the ID after that, like if you're doing the installation, you are creating the new account. In that case, you wanted to return that ID to the SAP system or whatever the system is creating the Salesforce. So this is how you can get that. So this is very simple. Okay. So if you have any guide, yeah, one more thing. Some of you might be struggling. Okay, like you are getting the the basically response that the authorization has been filled even after completing all of the steps that I'm saying. This is basically happening because there is a checkbox. Okay, if you will be searching now over in the setup in this quick search box. So there's an option called OAuth and OpenID Connect. Okay, so this option must be off. If this option is off, it's not on. In that case, you will be getting the authorization failure. So let me show you how it's coming. So I'm making this as an off. Okay, and now I'm hitting this send request. Okay, because I got the access token, that's why it's happening. Okay. Okay. So, but some of the time, like because I already got the access token, but once my access token will get expired, I will not able to hit the system. So this option should be, on, else you will be getting the error. This system is working in the Postman because I already got the access token, right? But I was struggling because this option was off. So this is one of the things that I was thinking to discuss with you. So if you wanted to see some more videos like this, so please subscribe my channel and like as well the videos that I'm sharing with you. And if you have any queries, I will just share my LinkedIn account. You can just connect it with me if you have any doubt. Yeah, thanks, stay tuned.